They knew too much. Read the text from my Mother McAuley high school group chat. They knew the crime being planned against my family, down to knowing the plan being made against my brother. St. John Fisher School, Mother McAuley, and DePaul University, they all knew. On April 10th, 2020, on my grandpa's birthday, 2 days before my mom's birthday, Kiara wrote I, followed by OML and FML. In her first message, she typed 4 eyes. Were the 4 eyes meant to represent me, my mom, my grandma, and my grandpa? She then said she was sad because she had been having the best dream ever. She mentioned joining a game she thought was family friendly, but it wasn't. In that sentence, she capitalized the A and wasn't. And my mom's name, Angelique, starts with the letter A. I believe Kiara's text messages were referencing my brother Ruben and how he became involved in this situation. We believe he was targeted at the age of 7, possibly sooner. Kiara's comment about joining a game she thought was safe feels symbolic of how my brother was approached at the age of 7. A game he originally believed was innocent, but it wasn't. Under that message, Kiara wrote that she literally died yesterday. Why did she write that? Underneath Kiara's messages, Claire said that she woke up from a cute dream. Then she added a football emoji and then 5 other emojis. What do you make of this? On April 12th, 2021, my mom's birthday, Kiara said that her dream was actually a nightmare, and she emphasized that nightmares are very, very rare for her. Hannah responded by telling Kiara that she could explain what her dream meant. Later, Kiara sent her MC dream into the chat. I will read it to you.
I dreamed that MC had a paper that was from the forest that if you read the paper, you die. The MC has 2 kids, 1 daughter and 1 son. I played as the daughter. So then weird things happened and a demon came back on Earth and started attacking the MC. So she held up the paper and they read it and died again. Then the MC shredded the paper and didn't of course read below the line. So then 2 exterminators came in and something was off. They wanted her dead. So then some female zombie came and canned a copy of the paper and came in with her fellow dead friends and killed the exterminators who turned out to be evil, then tried to kill the MC. But MC found another copy of the paper and showed it to the person and she started to die. The MC ran with her kids, then they somehow got into a super dark forest and there was something in the forest, so they ran back to the house and the son disappeared. The zombie came back with friends. Hannah, that just sounds like a straight up video games or movie. Geez. Kiara. The MC killed the friends and the zombie girl wouldn't die and showed her the cursed paper and she didn't look, of course, only at the ground and started to attack the zombie. Then the dream ended, but the paper was a death note. The MC could think of someone and show them the paper and they died. Weird ASF dream, Hannah, very weird. Kiara, I, a fellow believer in Jesus Christ, do not approve of this dream.
In the MC dream, the MC had 2 children, 1 daughter and 1 son. She mentioned a demon, 2 exterminators, a zombie, dead friends, a house, a forest, cursed paper, and a death note. She also said that in the dream, the MC's son disappeared. Kiara's description of the MC having 2 kids, 1 daughter and 1 son, mirrors my mom, who also has 1 daughter and 1 son. She also referred to the MC as a female. I want to emphasize that this dream was shared on my mom's birthday, and we have repeatedly been harassed with happy birthday references. On April 13th, 2021, the day after my mom's birthday, Kiara sent a message at 10:34 p.m. saying, there were little demons in the park at 10:30 p.m. I want to note that in her MC dream from the day before, she had mentioned a demon attacking the MC. Before she sent this text, she made repeated references to her phone being worthless. She wrote, the phone can't turn off now. I can't use any apps. I can't restart the phone, and I can't even open the phone app. Hannah wrote, dude, WTF, call Apple. Then Kiara wrote, I can't use the Safari. I can't even hang up a call. I want to throw the phone in the toilet. Internal cries, 4 crying emojis, 4 broken heart emojis. I want to point out that Kiara kept saying she couldn't do anything on her phone, yet she was still able to repeatedly text the group chat. The combination of her claiming her phone wasn't working, being at a park where she said there were little demons, and her MC dream involving a demon attacking the MC comes across as symbolic, almost like being attacked while the phone is being prevented from working. Also, Hannah made references for Kiara to call Apple. On March 18th, 2026, I received an email from TikTok that said, Apple emoji viewed your profile. Below this email was another email from TikTok that said, Will viewed your profile. Previously, I have received TikTok notifications from a Will. Then the username was changed to Will is aware. Is Will symbolic coding for Bill Gates, the Microsoft CEO? Is the Apple emoji in reference to Apple's CEO's involvement? On March 28th, 2021, Claire wrote in the group chat,
Y'all, guess what I overheard my parents talking about? They might be getting me a new phone for Easter.
Phone is almost 3.5 years old, and it is the oldest one in the house. So Hannah wrote an iPhone with a surprised emoji. Claire wrote, no, my family doesn't like Apple. Hannah wrote, my dad hates Apple. Skull emoji. Claire emphasized again, LOL, same. On April 27th, 2021, Hannah wrote in the chat, my LED lights Kane, followed by the correction, came. Immediately after, Kiara sent an Instagram link to a Ratatouille clip posted on April 22nd, 2021, whose caption read, anyone can cook, but only the fearless can be great. Thank you, Remy, for showing us all to live with passion and cook fearlessly. Note that the Apple's CEO's name is Tim Cook. Are there more CEOs being connected here in reference to Remy and Ratatouille? Since Kiara intentionally sent a link regarding thank you, Remy. This appearance of Remy continued the ongoing Remy motif documented in my Great Awakening video. On March 8th, 2021, Claire wrote, yeah, Losing My Religion by Rem is on. And on April 30th, 2021, Hannah sent a Drake TikTok from an account named Remy. I believe the Remy pattern was meant to connect back to the Rem song, Losing My Religion, to symbolize turning away from God. Also, the reference to Remy connects to REM sleep, the stage where vivid, symbolic, and spiritually significant dreams occur. After Kiara shared the Ratatouille link, Hannah wrote, I'll show y'all the LEDs tomorrow. When we hang them up, I can't wait. My room's gonna look so good. This added another instance to the repeated flashing lights imagery that appears across other videos and messages. Kiara then responded with a sequence of emojis. Waving hand, eye, mouth, eye, hand emoji. Kiara then wrote, tries to make jazz hands and fails because Apple hates the right hand, which hits directly on the right hand / God symbolism, since the right hand represents God's power, authority, and blessing, making her joke land like she is saying, the thing tied to God is the thing being hated. My mom recalls some of her coworkers speculating whether one of the partners at the previous firm she worked at was gay. She recalls that 1 or 2 of her coworkers referenced that he has jazz hands. Later in the conversation, Kiara wrote, I slept for a good 3 hours. I'd rather not sleep. My dreams are weird. And I also took a long nap earlier, continuing the pattern of dream commentary that recurs throughout the chat history. On April 14th, 2021, at 6:31 a.m., Hannah sent 2 skull emojis and suddenly wrote, why do you hate me? The message connects back to the night before, because on April 13th, Kiara had written that there were little demons in the park at 10:30 p.m. And then the very next morning, Hannah came in with the dramatic, "Why do you hate me?" message. Kiara then said that she had finally fixed the dumb phone and responded to Hannah telling her that she had abandoned her and gone to sleep at 9 with a sad emoji. Few texts down, Kiara wrote, "I woke up at 7, eye mouth eye emoji." On Snapchat, Kiara has my name saved as Chris with an eye mouth eye emoji paired next to it. I noticed in the chat she repeatedly used the eye mouth eye emoji combination. After that, Hannah made several references. One Tree Hill, a dream romantic trope, Jackie and Hyde, and the stoner bad boy Dear Lord. The One Tree Hill and stoner references connect to the biblical themes we've been tracking. The tree symbolizing crucifixion and stoning being a form of execution in the Bible for offenses like murder, idolatry, blasphemy, sexual sins, and extreme disobedience. The word hill in One Tree Hill could also symbolically connect to Jonah Hill from 21 Jump Street. Hannah also mentioned Jackie and Hyde. Jackie is the name of my dad Junior's sister, which adds another layer of personal relevance to the references she was making. Sometime after 2017, my mom received an unexpected call from an individual from grammar school named Melinda Corral. Melinda went to grammar school with my mom up until the 7th grade at Morrell in Chicago. Melinda asked my mom if she was okay. When my mom replied yes, Melinda responded, "I had a dream you died." My mom ended the call and there was no further contact. In August 2025, my mom received an email from Amazon referencing the Superman movie. Several years earlier, my mom's brother Raymond had left a Superman t-shirt on her bed unwrapped. This may have been during Christmas time. On August 18th, 2025 at 12:01 a.m., an announcement was sent from a DePaul University staff member named Lori Zavansky. I should never have received this email. Lori titled herself Super Admin. Her first name, Lori, matched that of a former coworker of my mom at Gunty and McCarthy who used the phrases bad dream and nightmare. When combining the announcements and emails, my mom and I anticipated a phone call from Raymond, who had previously echoed the bad dream and nightmare language at the same time as the former coworker. We believe the call was withheld after I screenshotted the modern language announcements. On March 14th, 2026, around 8:47 a.m., my mom had a dream of her son, Ruben. She dreamt he was little. There was a pregnant woman, but she couldn't see her face. There was another adult. She thinks it was her who said to Ruben, "Do you want to play a game of darts?" Ruben replied, "Sounds like fun. I'll play." We made it a $10 prize. My mom remembers counting 5, 10, 15, and then was like, "Oh yes. We will have the $10. She also remembers the words CTA. My mom stretched her arms out while she was sleeping, and her hand was comforting me without realizing it. I woke up and moved. That is when my mom woke up and said sorry. Before my mom went to sleep, she did a rosary and prayed and asked God about Ruben. God showed my mom how it started as well as connecting it to what happened 10 days later on March 24th, 2026. March 24th, 2026, around 5:15 p.m., my mom and I took Nino on a walk. There was a boy on a bike. He was sitting on his bike by Rosenwald Grammar School. He rode his bike closer to us. He asked my mom if she had a son or a nephew. She said, "I have a son." He asked how old he was. She replied, "He will be 26 years old." He asked how old the nephew was. She said he's older, probably in his 30s. He said, "Oh, well, how about you to me?" My mom said she is my daughter. He then said, "Okay." My mom asked why. He said he is trying to sell a skateboard for $10. He did not have a skateboard on him. We know this was a staged encounter. We also believe that when he asked about whether my mom has a nephew, that he was possibly referring to my mom's half-sister Renee's son, Carlos, and not her brother Eric's oldest son, Eric, which is who my mom was referring to. What's interesting about my mom's March 14th, 2026 dream of my brother is that there was a planned abduction of my brother for April 14th, 2026. God stopped this through divine intervention. God continues to protect our family and even performed miracles utilizing our dogs, Nino and Max. My mom had an interview scheduled with IDHS for March 24th, 2026 at 11 a.m. located at 1642 West 59th Street in Chicago, Illinois. This is the address listed on her official appointment notice. My mom was not able to make this appointment, so she went into the office on March 23rd, 2026. Her appointment on the notice directly contradicts the voicemail she received instructing her to come into the office on March 27th, 2026. It also contradicts the pattern of calls my mom received on March 14th, 2026. In the first voicemail at 8:22 a.m., the employee with IDHS said she called to conduct the interview required and will call her back saying that she will give one more call after leaving this message. And if she is unable to come to the point of that time, then they will attempt to reach her at a later time.
Hello, this message is from Miss Angelique Hernandez. I'm calling from the Illinois Department of Human Services, trying to reach you to conduct the interview required for your redetermination application you submitted. I'm going to try giving you one more call after I leave this message. If you're unable to come to the phone at that time, we will go ahead and attempt to reach you at a later time. Thank you.
7 minutes later, an employee with IDHS called and left a voicemail that they have attempted to call twice, that they will call back later, and that my mom can call back on Monday when they open.
Hello, this message is from Miss Angelique Hernandez. I'm calling from the Illinois Department of Human Services, attempting to complete the interview for your redetermination. We have attempted to call you twice now, so we're going to go ahead and attempt to reach you at a later time. However, you can also feel free to give us a call back on Monday once we open at 773-918-6700. Thank you.
A third call came in at 11:37 a.m. and left a voicemail scheduling my mom to come into the office for an appointment on March 27th, 2026.
Good morning. This message is from Ms. Angelique Hernandez. This is the Illinois Department of Human Services. We are taking attempts to try to reach you to conduct an interview for your time redetermination. So we are going to schedule you for an in-person appointment for March the 27th at 11 o'clock a.m. Our office is located at 1642 West 59th Street. And again, you can be waiting for your notice, your appointment notice to come in the mail, but your appointment is going to be scheduled for March the 27th at 11 o'clock a.m. If anything does changes, you can contact our local office at 773-918-6700. Thank you and take care.
She was given 2 different interview dates, March 24th and March 27th, which could have caused her to miss her appointment. What was supposed to be an over-the-phone interview was abruptly switched to an in-person interview. My mom went by the date listed on the official notice, which was March 24th, 2026. Based on the pattern of interference and cyberstalking we have been experiencing, we believe the intention was to interfere with our safety by messing with the truck we used to get to the appointment that day. This would have caused us to incur expenses for tow fees and not have a vehicle available for our safety. My mom has been renting vehicles for our safety but stopped because someone within Barclay Card reduced her credit limit overnight from Friday, March 7th, 2026 into March 8th, 2026 without notice. This happened right when she was about to return a rental vehicle on Monday and pick up another rental vehicle. She was not able to do so as she didn't have a major credit card to use. She went from having over $7,000 available in credit on her Barclays card to only $3.54 available in credit. My mom has been writing emails to the president of Barclays and to TransUnion. TransUnion never responded to any of my mom's emails, and the response from the president of Barclays does not match up to the questions in my mom's emails. On March 23rd, 2026, my mom decided to go into the IDHS office and do a walk-in. When we were leaving the house, she tried to hand our dog Nino a treat, but he wouldn't take it and demanded to go with us. This is very unusual for Nino to deny a treat. We decided to bring Nino with us. I stayed in the car with him as my mom went in to discuss her interview. God performed a miracle that day by Nino demanding to leave the house with us, which caused me to wait in the car with Nino while my mom went in to discuss her interview. I also want to point out that March 23rd, 2026 is the day a letter came into the mail from the Church of Scientology of Chicago. It was signed by Tom Miner. The timing of this letter and the pattern of the name Tom used as harassment needs to be investigated. Read the complaints my mom made with IDHS on my link tree. Employees with IDHS are ignoring the complaints in my mom's emails, and the employees have not reported my mom's complaints of cyberstalking and that we have severe safety issues. God performed another miracle on March 30th, 2026. My mom and I wanted to go on a walk by ourselves. However, our other dog, Max, flew out the front door, growled when we wanted to take him back in the house, and he demanded to go. Growling at us and running out the door the way he did was very unusual for him, so we took him with us. God didn't want us walking by ourselves. In our dreams, God warned us of their plans. We will share those dreams in separate videos. On January 1st, 2026, before my mom decided to rent vehicles, she prayed and asked God if she would need to rent vehicles as it is expensive. God responded to my mom right away with a right ear ring, which was confirmation to rent the vehicles. After the incident happened where she was not able to rent a vehicle any longer, God let us know He will protect us with His right hand. God has told us not to worry, and God has let us see how protected we are. We know that God is allowing all of this to unfold so the public can witness what we had to go through and what they will have to go through if changes aren't made. God is warning the world to open their eyes to what is happening. My mom prayed and asked God what words to describe what will happen, and God responded with mass destruction. Here is the dream my mom had on March 18th, 2026 at 5:53 a.m. I dreamt of Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. Hailey seemed unhappy. I dreamt of the CTA. They were on it. Hailey kept getting up and walking away from Justin. She seemed to have a lot of issues with Justin. Jealousy. She had jeans on and a crop top. Hailey saw me and avoided me. I dreamt of a mass starting in the basement of a church. There were white folding chairs. Hailey came to church late. It seemed there were two females surrounding her, but I couldn't see their faces. She seemed selfish and didn't seem to care. I did not see Justin at church. I remember the word baby in the dream. I even wondered if a baby was coming to our house. The priest opened the Bible and said, "Mass destruction," and I woke up to my dad opening the front door to our house. During the mass, I was finding myself sitting alone, like the last folding chair in its own row, observing. Hours before I went to bed, I prayed and asked God what were the words He wanted me to use to describe what they want to do to the world. The words were mass destruction.